Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Everything XBA. If you don't know what this is, it is a podcast for XBA, which is a NBA 2K20 league with 36 teams. Make sure to check out GG9. He created the XBA and he produces really good content. I also don't have my co-host Ty here, so bear with me. You know, may not be the best quality, bear with me. I have David here. He is a guest on the show, and he is one of the first subscribers that we've had. So, David, anything you want to say, promote, anything?
Nothing much, just go Paladins.
All right. So we're gonna be talking about what happened at the end of the primetime game of the Martians at the Bruisers game. So Miles Turner at the end just had an amazing ability to do everything. So let's run it back through the last minute of the game.
Well,
So
he really just took over.
yeah,
I mean, there
we
was the
had
blocks.
yeah, yeah. We had Porzingis at the logo, dribbling. He goes in for a shot. He misses. Malik Jones gets the rebound. Okay, Malik goes down the court, passes to Turner. Turner shoots, make it, which gave them a 2-point lead with about like 40 seconds left. Am I correct?
Yes, I believe so.
All right, and then we also have no, not Porzingis. I forgot who it was, but it don't matter. Um, so Miles Turner comes out, huge block, stops it, and then takes wait no, I'm trying to remember. It was yesterday. Oh yeah. All right, so
Um,
he gets the block. All right, guys, bear with me. Like I said, he gets the block, and then they call a timeout. Right? Yeah. So somehow it was the Bruiser's ball off of it. Like, yeah,
well,
yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
No, Jones got the rebound. I think
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that's what we were talking about.
yeah.
I think it was they took a shot. Malik Jones
Yeah.
got the
Oh
rebound. They
yeah.
called the timeout with
Yeah.
4 seconds
Yeah.
left.
Yep.
Uh, then they
Yeah,
got an
that's
inbound
correct.
play to Miles Turner. He took a shot with point 0.2 seconds left. It left his hand at
Yeah.
point 0.1.
Yeah. There we
And
go. Thank you. Thank you, David.
and the way I see it personally is that, I always liked Miles Turner. I mean, even in the former NBA with him,
Yeah.
and he's always gotten really overshadowed, especially this previous season, by Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah.
And he really is a very good player from the field. People expected him to have a 3-point game that never really developed, but I still trust him a lot in those mid rangers in the post and especially on defense. And I really think that that's him because you could have said that Philadelphia, one of their biggest needs at the deadline here coming up, would be a big man, seeing as they only have Zach Burton as a backup, and they don't really have a true center besides maybe Derek Favors to back up Miles Turner.
Yeah.
But I think that performance right there, right at the end of the game, even though he only put up 5 points in the whole game,
He still
Miles
won the
Turner
game.
is showing the Bruisers organization and the Bruisers coaches that he wants to be this team's center.
Yeah.
And I think that that really speaks volumes about
Yeah.
Miles Turner
And
and that
and
Bruisers
I'll
team.
say if Turner wasn't in the game for the last minute, then they probably would have lost.
Yeah,
Cause
I'll
the
agree with you there.
defense and everything. But yeah, so I think you said that there was something you wanted to say about the rosters.
Yes, I want to talk about the Martians here. A lot of people
Okay.
are taking them as like some dark horse championship team, and I just don't see it because I look at their roster. They have a backcourt of Eric Gordon and Reggie Jackson. I don't trust either of those players in the playoffs because they have not shown me anything in previous years. I mean, Reggie Jackson is a backup guard at best. He showed that from Russell Westbrook, and in Detroit, he still cannot produce. And I still don't see him being a number one guard in the playoff game. Kristaps Porzingis showed me in that game that he cannot hit the big shots in the clutch, especially when he has to lead the team out. And Andre Drummond is a glorified stat pad. So I really think that this Seattle Martians team is not going to make it far in the playoffs. In fact, I will guarantee you a first round exit from them.
Whoa. Okay. So first round exit.
I will guarantee
Uh.
a first round exit.
Okay. I think they're not gonna make it past the second round at most, but I think they're gonna make it to the second round. I'm not positive though. It depends who they're playing though. You know. But now let's get into the fan asked question. So these questions were submitted by Micah Matoko. So thank you to him. Second link in the description or the pinned comment, whatever it is. We always change it up at last minute, but let's go. So, what do you think about the rumors for the Seattle Martians rebrand?
Well, I believe I saw a tweet recently that
Yeah.
stated the Seattle Martians will not be rebranding, which really stinks because I was really looking forward to the Killer Bees or whatever. No, we haven't seen
I think it was the Murder Hornets, but
the Murder Hornets.
yeah, if we know how to, it will be on the screen. I don't know if we know how to edit it, but if not, click the link in the description. You'll find
But
it.
I don't think it rolls off the tongue as well. But I really think
Yeah.
that would have been a good. I think honestly, as a name for one of the Purge teams, Murder Hornet should be on the list.
Yeah, there were some funny tweets. I reposted a tweet saying I don't know, Chief. Hit or miss, let me know below, okay? And then uh it showed the logo, which was, I think it's a hornet. I'm not sure with animals or anything. But you said that's a hard no for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it fitting Seattle. Like if you put a team in Charlotte or something,
Yeah.
call them the Murder Hornets, I'd fit that just because it's a knock at the old Hornets.
And there will
And
also
I
be another screenshot of the replies, which are really funny, but I can't say it because, But
yeah.
if we know how to. Oh, but if we don't, then check out the Twitter, Everything XBA. No? But let's go to the next question. Do you think the Philadelphia Bruisers should be viewed as title contenders?
In my personal unprofessional opinion, I do not think so. I
They're
think that
right now, at the moment
this
of this recording, they're the third seed in the conference with 24-18 record and 571 win percentage.
I think that this team is very flashy. I love watching them. Malik Jones has easily cemented himself as the number one for Rookie of the Year. And I'm sure we'll talk about that later. But
yeah.
I look at this team, and again, I say you don't have a serious backup center besides maybe Derek Favors. That's a deadline target. Like a guy like Boban or something like that, I think would be a great target for this team. But I see a lot of young players looking to prove something on this team. And what I see is this team takes this year, they learn who they are, they play up there at the big cats, get knocked out in the second round, come back next year with some fire in their bellies, and one more year of development. That's when they're a championship contender. I don't see it this year, but definitely next year.
Yeah. Also, I think in the future years, the Jacks title contender, especially with Apollo, and if they can pick people up in free agency, we'll have to see. But probably not because the wheel.
I mean, I trust Nikola Jokic a lot, though. I think he could carry a team straight to the finals if he wanted to.
Yeah. But also, like, maybe another guard would help.
Yeah, maybe. I think they could get a good two guard for Isaiah Thomas here at the deadline.
Yeah, because right now I have the roster pulled up. We have a Apollo at guard and Dennis Smith, and then you also got Jokic. But also the forward position, a little.
I mean, you could see some good production from Bojan.
But we'll just honestly have to see.
I mean, I think you could even get a great return for Dennis Smith Jr.
Yeah.
At the deadline for a two guard.
But you can always improve because those are like low name people, but like they're still decent, But
yeah.
What does that? Now that we're halfway through the season, who do you think will win the XBA championship?
Now, I've been preparing this take for a good bit of time, especially after Goldie said that he really thinks that the San Jose Cyborgs are going to be the championship winners. Now, this will be my second guarantee of the video. San Jose is not making it out of the first round.
Well,
I have seen nothing from Paul George ever that proves me, one, he can lead a team to the finals, and two, that he can even lead a competent playoff team.
Especially, I forgot who they were playing, but they were playing a game, and it was like fourth quarter, like 10 seconds, and then he shot a deep buzzer beater for the win, and then lost the game for them.
I love this roster. I honestly love this San Jose roster. Fred VanVleet's a great two-way point guard. I love Anthony Edwards with his scoring potential. Paul George, I love as a player. And Brandon Clark, a great six-man. Kevin Love and Christian Wood, great power forwards. Steven Adams, a great center. I love this team. But I don't trust Paul George to be the number one option on a championship winning team.
Yeah.
And so the farthest I think this Cyborgs team will go is the second round, but I can almost guarantee you a first round exit just like last year.
I think they could, maybe, if they get lucky, only maybe, go to conference, but I don't think they're going to the finals.
Yeah.
But imagine they win it all.
Dude, I'm going to eat my words if they win it all. I'll eat them. Live
We're
TV.
We're going to have to have you back on the show if they win it all.
I'm going to have to let out a long sigh.
Yeah. Alright, and finally, list which teams 1 through 8, both conferences, will be in the playoffs. Well, that's gonna be a tough one because anyone can improve. But let's go.
I'll give you the East right now. Give me Jacksonville, Wisconsin, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Tampa Bay, and I am going to take Montreal and Carolina as my other two seeds at the bottom there.
Okay, I'll do Western then.
No, sorry. Remove sorry, I misread this. Take out Tampa Bay. I think that they're going to fall off. I don't really
Okay.
I don't really think that
.523 or win percentage right now being 23 and 21 at the time.
I think that Tampa Bay is going to fall off. Kentucky is going to sneak up into the 6 or even 5 seed.
Yeah.
And I see the Carolina Fly Guys sliding up into that 6, 7 seed. And then I see Montreal pushing back for the playoffs. I really like that Montreal team. But I think that Anthony Davis is on a roll right now. I could see that Kentucky team riding him to the championship, honestly.
Yeah.
They got good
last game. But we're also going to see him against Giannis next week.
Yeah, but I think that Giannis is the only player in the league who could possibly guard Anthony Davis at this point. But I love this roster. I mean, Darius Garland, great distributor from the point. Terrence Davis, great 2-guard and defensive player. You got Raheem Savage off the bench, great scorer.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram, I love to death. Great 3-level scorer, great 2-way defender. And then, of course, you got Anthony Davis, best center in the NBA.
But at the mention of Raheem, if you want, come on the show, All right. But yeah, so I'll do the Western Conference since you
Sounds good.
Eastern. All right, so definitely Stampede, definitely Cyborgs, Jacks and Martians, definitely. Cyclones, I think may fall off, but I'm not too sure about it.
Yeah.
And then also you say people are saying Alaska maybe, but I think they'll be like the 8th or 7th seed at the least.
I see Alaska falling out of the playoffs. They don't have enough shooting.
Maybe. They're 19 and 23 right now, so they're about like 3 to 5 games back.
That team doesn't shoot enough from the perimeter. I mean, Dylan Brooks and Lou Will is all you have.
I wish I could say tempo right now.
But, you look at their team, they have 2 consistent shooters, and that's Lou Will, 3, sorry. Lou Will, Shai Gilgeous, and Dylan Brooks. And that's all I see on that roster that is shooting consistently. And honestly, in a league like this where you got short games, you need consistent shooting. And I'm not trusting Giannis on a 3-pointer in the 4th quarter.
Yeah. So let's see. I had Stampede, Cyborgs, Martians, Jacks. That's how much? 4. And then give me El Paso.
I like that pick.
And then also, give me California at the 8th seed.
I like those picks. I like it, honestly.
I'm not too sure about Denver. They're either skyrocket or down.
I like the Summit. If you ask me who would win a playoff game between the Peppers or the Summit, I'd take the Summit. I love me some Ben Simmons. I personally think that last year, apparently, last year especially, him leading that team all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, Western Conference Finals really showed his ability to carry a team.
Yeah, well,
And
so last episode we had,
yeah,
in the comments we have Micah saying I hate the summit.
oh wow,
I asked him why, he said Ben Simmons.
oh no, I'm a huge supporter and fan of Ben Simmons. I truly
uh,
think Ben Simmons is a top 20 player in the NBA.
yeah.
I mean, he catches so much flack for his jump shot, but if you look at everything else, he is Russell Westbrook but can play defense.
Alright, well, I think I still have like two more picks, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna pick Lawman,
Ooh, I like
which
that.
may come out of the blue, but I don't know. I think they have potential on that team.
No, I like that. That's a good pick.
Yeah. All right, St. Louis. St. Louis at the seventh seed.
Oh, nice. Um, I like those, honestly.
There's not much guarantees though, cause like you have about like the Jacks
The West and the
550.
East sort of flip-flopped roles this year.
Yeah.
The West is sort of up in the air and the East is sort of set in stone.
Yeah, so like you have the Jacks with a .550 win percentage. You have the Martians with a .548 win percentage. Peppers with a 512. Denver with a 512. Leopards with a 512, and Dragons with a 500. And then you got Supernovas at a 487. So it's
Hmm.
all like around like 500. So it
Yeah.
depends who's gonna show out. Except for you got the Stampede at 780 and Cyborgs at 714.
Yeah.
But and then you also got Cyclones at 600, which I think will fall.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the next question. This one was actually asked by you, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna let you answer it. uh, what's one chill accusation you'd want?
So if I'm the GM of the Alaska Chill, I look at my roster and I say I need two things. I need either a big body in the paint that isn't Giannis, because as much as I love Jonathan Isaac, he can't win in paint matchups on offense. I love his defense. Can't win at those on offense, especially as a wing defender too, swingman almost.
Yeah.
So I'd be looking at a guy like, where is he here? Boban on the
Yep.
Martians. I love that idea because the Martians can shop Boban because they have Mo Wagner. And I think that they're going to take the upside of Mo Wagner over the more consistent veteranosity of Boban. And if you look at this Chill roster, their best center is Dwight Powell. Now, Dwight Powell's 6'10". I love the guy, great player. Now, let's say you let him come off the bench and be the leader of that bench unit. That means Kenneth Faried can back up a bit and not have to be a rotational big man, but be a situational big man. And then you put Boban in the starting lineup. So that makes your front court Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jonathan Isaac, and Boban Marjanovic. Those guys are all above 6'10". I believe. Jonathan Isaac may be a bit lower, but those guys are all
Yeah.
very tall. They're strong defenders and they protect the rim and attack the rim with some tenacity. So I that's one person I go for. And also, I would shop Anthony Simons to try and pick up a two guard that can shoot, because I want to play Lou Will at the six man because
Yeah.
he can lead the bench unit. So I'd be looking at someone like Norman Powell on the Tampa Bay Sting, or Kyle Korver or Josh Hart. Even you could move Josh Hart back to the two guard, and I think that would work great. And I think that they could offer some good things for Josh Hart or Kyle Korver. It may cost you Kevin Porter Jr., but I'm willing to sacrifice Kevin Porter Jr. for more consistent shooting. I love the guy, but I just don't think that he's a big volume shooter as a Kyle Korver or a Josh Hart right now. And if the
I mean, yeah.
Chill want to make this big push for the playoffs to protect their championship, they need more shooting, especially.
Also, on trade day, the fans always promote the trades, so we're gonna have to see
That
if
that that would be, if I'm putting myself in the shoes of the Alaska GM, That's what I would do.
Well, community, if you're listening, trade day's coming up. But this question is by Valak _does _Reddit. Link also in the description. I don't know. I think it's like the fourth link. You'll see. I don't know. But what do you guys think of Kentucky?
Do you want to take this or want me to?
I'll take it, I guess. I think Kentucky is a well-rounded team. Like they aren't. Well, I mean, they're mainly being carried by AD actually. So.
Well, that was never into the question.
But they have players everywhere. Let me actually pull up the roster. But they have players that can do the job, get it done, but mainly being carried by AD. They are. Let's see, what's their win percentage right now? Oh wait, no, I didn't have it because goalie, you didn't show the all of the standings, so I couldn't do it. But no hate, no hate, no hate. But yeah. But they're playing really good basketball. I think they can make the playoffs. But I mean, also the other people on the team have to stand up in it. They're also going to be faced against the Chill next week. So we're gonna have to see if they lose to the Chill. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
If I may say something about the Colliers.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy a lot of the depth on this roster. Taking a look at it, I think they got a lot of underappreciated players.
Yeah.
That are, I mean, we all know Anthony Davis is the focal point, but teams that are deeper will go farther in this league. And I see nothing but solid youthful depth on this team. And I like that. So my prediction, I'm going to go on a bold one here. My prediction for the Eastern Conference.
How much times are you going to do that?
I'm taking a lot of hot takes here. My prediction for Eastern Conference champion this year to go to the finals is the Kentucky Colliers. And that's from a Paladins fan.
Wow. I don't know if I agree with you on that one, but I mean, you do you.
I mean, I love my Paladins.
Yeah.
I think that team also is a bit inexperienced. Anthony Davis knows what he's doing. He's been in the league a good time. And he's got a good band of youthful depth with him to lead that charge into an Eastern Conference win.
All right. So let's move on. Let's talk about the Colliers' last game. So AD, he's producing a double-double with 44 points and 18 rebounds. But at the end, they also let Columbus come back. But at the very, very end, they showed out. So it was like a back and forth kind of until Columbus came back, and
Yeah.
Hard to explain, but if you watch the episode, you know what I mean.
Columbus is a very flashy team.
Yeah.
Very flashy, very young. Fans love them. They're this team full of kids. They're going to sputter out in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because again, it's a team full of kids.
I think they got training wheels on right now, and I think next year maybe or the couple of years they're gonna be taking their training wheels off slowly and slowly.
I mean, the oldest player in that starting lineup is Will Barton, and he's 26 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna say how it is. These guys they're kids. It's you gave a ton of kids the keys to the castle. I don't see them going far. That's my thing. I don't see all the praise for Columbus.
Well, I mean Zion. That's the praise. Well, the beast.
Yeah,
of the East.
I mean
that's it.
The beast of the East. I'd give that title to Anthony Davis right now.
Well, I mean that's what he said in one of the episodes, so I'm just quoting him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. Well, but yeah, their defense started lacking down in the fourth quarter. It was good for the whole game except for the fourth quarter, and then their offense started picking back up their pieces that they dropped, basically.
Well, yeah, but again, this team is young, and so that defense is definitely going to be the spottiest thing of their team.
Yeah.
because the one thing that takes a good bit of time to translate to an NBA level is your defense.
Yeah. But let's move on to the Dragons game. I don't really have much to say about it except for Hendricks. He played a great game as a rookie,
Yeah, I'll give that to
and
you as
especially
well.
Kimba too.
No, I like that team with Kemba Walker and
Yeah,
Malachi Hendricks. I really like it. I mean,
which is why I think they're going to be in the playoffs,
I got nothing
playoff
much
picture
to say
definitely.
about it. I mean,
I mean,
I
you got
like Kemba
Kimba at
Walker.
point guard. You got Hendricks. You got. I think they could use a center. No, I think their center's good, but like,
No, they got good
yeah,
centers. What they
I
need
was
is a
looking at the
good
wrong thing. They
honestly, a
got
good
Aaron Gordon
backup.
too. They have a good team, well
They need a
rounded.
backup point guard is what they need.
Yeah.
A captain of that bench unit. Because
I'll
I'm not
say
trusting Tyler Johnson in the third quarter in a playoff game.
I'd say pick one up in the draft. Cause I
No,
mean,
but
if they fall out of the playoff picture, then they're probably gonna have a good pick again. So I think
but
they could get.
you could use Trey Burke to buy low on an Isaiah Thomas
Yeah.
and maybe win a playoff game.
Yeah, but they're also no, their shooting was good, and also the small forward. No, the small forward position's good.
Yeah.
I was looking at, but I mean, yeah, I think they, they kind of blew them out a little. I think they
Yeah.
won by like I'm not even sure, like
It
at
was
least
a
like 12
very,
plus.
very swift end. Another thing, I love Jakob Pertl. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm going to say it as I love him as a defensive center. He's a perfect fit on
yeah,
this team. I don't see
yeah.
any pickup despite besides a backup point guard that they would need on this team.
And let's see, what's their six-man option again?
I think their sixth man is Eric Paschal right now.
Yeah,
That or Bogdan, which either
yeah,
of those I like. Bogdan's
yeah,
got a great scoring touch, and Eric Paschal is great on defense. Either of those as a six man is wonderful
yeah,
because people would be begging those players to start on some teams and they're backups on this team.
yeah. But now we're gonna move into asking you some questions, if that's okay.
That is perfectly fine by me.
Okay, so who are the top 30 rookies competing for Rookie of the Year?
Number one, you got to give it to Malik Jones. I mean, he has taken that Philadelphia team and given that an identity and made it so that De'Aaron Fox isn't doing it all by himself. I really like that team. I think that, again, it's going to be next year is when they have their chance, not this year. But I like this team. I like Malik Jones, and I just really think that he brings that element of scoring. But I'd say a very close number two is a guy who's kind of getting disrespected, and that's, Jedrzej Zapchek. I love Jedrzej Zapchek.
Yeah.
He is a lot more complete of a player than Malik Jones.
Well,
He does.
we
He doesn't
we
score the
also
ball
had
as
the
much.
go ahead, go ahead.
Sorry, I apologize. But Jedrzej Zapchek doesn't score the ball as much. That is for sure. But he can rebound. He protects the paint. He can play on the wing. I could even see him maybe playing as a two guard if you wanted him to. I trust his shooting that much. I think that Jedrzej Zapchek and Malik Jones is like a Trae Young versus Luka Doncic situation, where like you can't make a bad choice with either of them for who's Rookie of the Year. Jedrzej Zapchek brings more defense. Malik Jones brings more scoring. And I don't think that it's going to be no one else but those two for Rookie of the Year. And my third pick, I'm going ASP because I think that he has given that guard room in Las Vegas an identity, that Dennis Smith MVP stuff. I'm going to tell you right now, if you were talking to me on the voting committee for who should be the MVP, I would give it to no one else but Russell Westbrook. I would give it to Russell Westbrook because San Diego, tell me one person who thought the San Diego Cyclones was going to be a good team this year. I'll wait.
Yeah.
But,
Wait,
tell
what?
me one person who said San Diego is going to be, a 3
Okay.
seed this year. No one expected that. No one at all. And I look at their roster. If I can find it.
Um, watch someone in the comments be like me.
Yeah, like, they got nothing. They got Michael Carter Williams as his backup. Yeah, you got Michael Carter Williams. They have Kevin Herter at shooting guard, who is an off-on shooter and can't play defense. You got
I
OG
found it.
Anunoby.
Yeah, so you
OG
got
Anunoby is only good
Westbrook,
for
you got
his
Carter
defense.
Williamson.
You know, Amari Spellman,
Williams, my
only
bad.
good for defense. TJ Leaf, why is he even playing there? Same thing with Dragan Bender. And then Domantas Sabonis is a great big man.
Yeah.
But that is literally Russell Westbrook and a big man. And
I mean,
they
they
are
have
a
good
3
center.
seed. And it gives me a lot of vibes of that one of Russell Westbrook's MVP season in real life. Basically averaging a triple-double, doing good efficiencies, I think, except for from the 3-point line. And you just plug in, you know, Domantas Sabonis instead of Steven Adams, and it's the same exact situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not that it factor. He's not the same thing as, you know, Sabonis.
And you also got Sabonis.
But I would give it to Russell Westbrook because I think that if you're talking about a guy who is truly the most valuable player to his team, it is Russell Westbrook. My number 2 would be Anthony Davis.
Round 1, pick 5. Didn't live up to the hype though. Yeah. I mean,
if the Colliers do not make the playoffs, Anthony Davis is out. If they make the playoffs, he is MVP and he is Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, he is guaranteed Defensive Player of the Year. He might not make MVP.
I think you also.
He's my number 2 because talk about another team that needs Anthony Davis. I mean,
if they don't make the playoffs,
this team is really built around him. You got passing defensive point guards. You've got defensive shooting guards, but your 2 guards and your like flex guards and your wing positions are all about shooting and scoring. They just got Anthony Davis, who's the best center in the NBA. So that's really all you got to worry about there. And then you look at something like, let's say, I don't know. Okay, and my number 3 candidate. I would honestly, you got to say Luka. I mean, you can't exclude Luka Doncic in this. He is wonderful. I think it was Brian, but you know, I look at this team and I say,
you have to.
Well, you know, this team has a lot more talent than we give Luka Doncic credit. He's got John Morant, who is an athletic, youthful, great scoring, pretty good defensively at the point guard spot. Then he's got himself, and he's got great backups, and Kyle Korver and Josh Hart, who are both lights out shooters. As much as you can give JaMychal Green crap, he can play defense, and that's what I like. Same thing with Daniel Gafford. And at center, you got Hassan Whiteside, one of the best defenders in the NBA. And so the way I see it is that you can sort of discount Luka Doncic because it's sort of like LeBron in Miami. You can give LeBron the MVP, but he also has Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. You can give Luka the MVP, but he's got John Morant and Hassan Whiteside. Who does Russell Westbrook have? Who does Anthony Davis have? You know? That's the thing is that if you're talking about players who are truly the most valuable to their team, last year Giannis made sense. He carried that team. This year, I'm giving it to Russell Westbrook.
I mean, Sabonis.
And no matter how many times you bring me on this show, I will continue to say it is Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Sounds good. How badly all my takes age.
Okay, so let's see. The episode before voting, I'm gonna bring you back on the show. We're gonna go back. We're gonna look back at this episode. And we're gonna see.
Ooh, I like that.
And after, or something. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But my picks would have to be Curry. Okay. Uh, it would also have to be Luka. And then here's where I get a little, I don't know who to pick. But I'm thinking
I would give
if
that to him.
Giannis can come back in, okay, if Giannis can come back into the playoff picture, okay,
Yeah.
he can provide sixth, fifth, fourth,
Yeah.
maybe even
If that team
seventh,
goes
but
on a
seven at
tear,
the
then
lowest.
Giannis
I
puts
think
himself
he
right in the
may be a
race.
candidate. Now, that also depends. That also depends if they can come back in, because right now they're below 500. But if he can skyrocket, win like a bunch
Yeah.
of games in a row, then I
Are we
think,
taking takes for who's going to play in the finals against each other?
yeah, I think he can, and then he can get it back to back.
I mean, that'd be a great way to end the episode, don't
But
you
I mean,
think?
it all depends because we don't know what's gonna happen. But like, it all depends. Like, our takes can be absolutely right or absolutely wrong.
Again, it's what I've mentioned before. It's their perimeter shooting. They have no shooting on that
I
team.
mean, you
I
want
mean,
to?
besides Lou Williams and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Dylan
Yeah, but
Brooks. And Dylan Brooks is a
yeah, we can
backup.
do it once we end
And
it.
so the way I see it, you slide Dylan Brooks
Why do
down
you
to
think
small
the Chill
forward to
aren't
back
playing
up
as good?
Giannis. You push Joe Johnson out of the backup lineup.
Yeah.
And then you trade Kevin Porter Jr. and Rajon Rondo for a more veteran shooting presence out of your backfield.
Yeah.
Because that's what you need on this team. That is very true. Their picks
They could also.
do hold
I
value,
decided
and
some.
honestly, those
If
picks do
a
hold
team
value.
thinks that
And the
the
Chill may buy high on themselves
Chill will
because
play
they do
badly for the
hold
rest of the
Giannis
season, and
Antetokounmpo.
get a good pick, they could trade a pick and someone for a shooter in a trade day. But
It all
the
depends,
community will
man.
have to decide. So community, if you're listening, listen up. Yeah.
Kentucky Colliers.
But
No,
I mean,
yeah, Kentucky Colliers.
we'll have to see.
As I've said
But
before,
community, if you're listening,
that's my pick for the Eastern
maybe
Conference.
that's a trade you
I
consider.
love
Maybe
Anthony
it's
Davis.
not.
That
Let us
team
know in the comments. But
is
let's move on to
full
the
of
next
depth.
question.
It is
If you were a
gritty. I
GM,
love how they
what
play with
team would
that
you want to be
tenacity.
heading into
I
the
just think
playoffs?
that is the
Heading into
team
the playoff picture.
that is going to
Mm.
punch you in the teeth and
Oh,
walk right by.
okay.
And so I would love to be the GM of the Colliers right now.
You also have Raheem Savage.
I would want to be the Washington
But
Founders.
yeah, it's
No, I
really a
would,
good team.
honestly. I think that they've got a
Uh,
yeah, but I don't think
what team?
Washington's
If you
getting
were a GM,
purged.
what team would you want to
That's a
be
good
heading
fan
into the
base there in
draft picture?
Washington. They got a strong following. Phoenix
Yeah, but
would
would you?
be the highest take for getting purged, but
Yeah, but
Washington,
like
they've got a
heading.
good
Well, yeah, this ain't really
setup
about the
here.
draft,
They
but
don't really
the
have a
purge. You
center.
gotta think the purge.
They don't really have a center. And I
Yeah.
love Dennis Schroeder. I love
Yeah.
THJ. I love Buddy Hield. I love DeMar
I think
DeRozan.
Phoenix is.
But if I'm going into the
That's my
draft,
hot take.
I'm thinking, well, I'm going to get me a big man, and I'm going to get him high because I'm picking in the top 5 if I'm Washington.
Or a New York team.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell off assets like Daniel
Yeah.
House, like Noah Vonleh, like PJ Tucker. I'm going to pick up draft picks. I'm going to pick up depth to load up for next season. And my hot take for next season, Washington Founders are going to be a bottom 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. I mean, we'll have to see in the draft episodes. But every draft has one good big. That's sort of a
community. We're giving you so much options.
idea.
But if they can,
But you know, every
then
every draft has one good big man. If you're
but I
picking
don't
top
know if
five, I
this is
like
going to
those
be a draft
chances,
class for
especially if you have
centers.
the
So we'll have to
assets to
see
trade
because
up
we
like
don't know
Alonzo
the draft class
Trier
yet.
or Ish
You know,
Smith.
uh,
Move up with some mid round.
yeah, we have Brian Street being the security guard for it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't trust him to be
Yeah,
a starting center. He's more of a backup guy off the bench that you put in the third quarter to play
and
defense.
also, I
I don't
mean,
see him
he's
as a
not
six
good
man.
right now,
He's got to
but
play
he's in the
like
G League
12 to
for the
15 minutes a game,
Lawman. I'm
not
pretty
that
sure.
many.
Taco Fall. I
More or
mean,
less
the
just
dude's like
playing the
seven
minutes
seven
that
something like
matter in like
that.
the third quarter, get in front of the basket, prevent them from scoring.
Yeah, like maybe like a
But
six
that's
man or
my team
something.
that I'd
You
love
know,
to be if I
especially
was
for
making
upcoming
draft day
years.
decisions for them.
Yeah, but uh,
Biggest bust so far? Uh Damian Dillard. His shot hasn't translated. I haven't
uh,
seen him,
yeah.
put up that big
But
numbers that he
who
was
would you say
expected
is the
to with his
biggest bust
shot.
so
And
far?
so if he has the biggest boomer bust
Yeah,
potential, and he's definitely bust right now.
mm, Dillard, Dillard and Lillard, the trio.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. So I heard this is not my idea. So if this was your idea, I'm not taking credit. I just don't remember your name. But someone said that Perry Puff Jackson was the biggest bust so far. Hold on, let me go to the episode.
Yeah, that's still worse
All
than
right, so
Dillard's playing though.
here I'm gonna give
That's still
clips
better
though,
than
because
Dillard's
I don't
playing
want
though.
anyone mad at me. Oh, it was Micah
I mean,
actually.
I'll give Perry Puff the benefit of the
The
doubt
biggest
because
bust
he
has to be
showed me
Perry
some things
Puff
in
Jackson
college.
with
All
averages
Dillard showed
of
me was a
about 5
3-point
points
shot,
per game, 2 rebounds, and less than
and
a
he hasn't even brought
40% from the
that.
field and 3-point line. Yeah.
Do you wanna? I mean, I don't really care. I mean,
I mean,
you do you, man. This is your show.
so I don't know if you want, but we could
That
go
is
over the
true.
pick'em if you wanted. The pick'em contest for week 7.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanna. I mean,
I
it's
took
just to
the
bring more
Cyclones on
content to
that.
the table because people say they like the longer episodes. You know what I mean? You know, let's do it.
Again,
Screw it. If you're
I've put
fine
my
with it.
full faith in the Russell Westbrook
All
train.
right, let's
So
go. So, San Diego Cyclones at the Jacks. I took the
I took
Jacks.
Denver.
Um,
Oh well,
I mean,
I have my faith in Ben Simmons.
yeah. I don't know.
Phoenix, I took the jump. That's an
But
easy take. Phoenix is bad.
Cyborgs at the summit. Who'd you pick? I
Imagine.
took Cyborgs.
I took Kentucky.
Okay, Monsters versus Jump. Yeah. Easy, easy, easy. Watch them just blow out the Jump.
That makes sense. I took
Chill at the
El Paso
Cavaliers. I took
just
Chill.
because I love their
I think the
scoring. They'll
Chill they're
outscore the
gonna
Neon.
show out maybe. Bring it all to the table. Put all their chips in at this one game. I
I
think they're gonna
took the
win it.
Night Owls
And
mostly
then
because I like
Neon
Jason
at
Tatum.
Peppers. Yeah,
Yeah,
El Paso.
Artem
All the
Kozlov,
way.
great player. Love him.
Yeah, definitely. You got the Night Owls at the Supernovas?
I took the Fly Guys.
Yeah, same.
They're my
Yeah, and
sleeper
I
in the
also like
East, and I
Kozlov.
love LeBron. I think LeBron's going to carry that corpse into the
Yeah,
playoffs.
next episode. What? But BC Chicago at the Fly Guys.
Yep. So he's kind of stuck.
Okay. Same. Yeah, I think if I was LeBron, I would want out, but he has the 4-year contract
I took
extension
eight.
because he was drafted in the first round.
I took
Yeah.
AD. I took Anthony Davis, and I'll give
Tiebreaker. Who
him.
will have the
I
most
said
total
he'd
points
score
and
32
rebounds, and
points
how
and
many will
15
your winning
rebounds.
player
I
total?
believe somewhere near there.
Anthony Davis, and Giannis. Example: Anthony
Oh,
Davis is my pick, and he will combine 44 total. Same. Well, I think I
yeah. Well, especially
understated
if they're
him.
playing him at the
Well, I
small
mean, no,
forward.
no, I did Giannis actually. I did Giannis. But I don't think AD is gonna
Yeah,
do that much. But I said he will combine 38. Okay, 29 points and 9 boards. Cause I don't see
yeah.
Giannis as the big
I'm
scorer
nervous
person.
about it
Okay,
too because I took
but
a lot of
I
takes
think he
just
can
based on
score. I think he can score good. But
Westbrook versus
I
the
honestly don't know because
Jazz.
he's also gonna be up against
All that.
AD. So we're just gonna have to
What
see. This is not the pick'em
take,
that
man?
I'm
Sounds good.
excited about. I'm really nervous about it. I don't think I'm gonna do good. Uh,
I have 2K.
Alright, I'm giving you a nickname. Okay, I'm giving you a nickname.
Yeah.
Alright, you're gonna be called Take Man. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
That's no. When like you're playing
my last
2K and
thing
then
is
I don't know
my
if y'all
playoff,
have it
my
or something,
finals
but in the
prediction.
career mode,
My
you have
way too
Shaq
early finals
saying that like if
prediction.
you do good,
I'm
he's gonna give
taking
you a nickname. Well, that's my
the
nickname.
Denver Summit versus the Kentucky Colliers.
Alright. Well, I think that's gonna be it. Do you have anything you want to say?
I love the I,
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
love
Oh,
the
I
Summit.
forgot
I
about that. I
think they're a
forgot
great
about it.
team,
Thank you.
and I think no, wait, sorry. I love the Summit. Not as much as I love San Diego.
What?
San Diego Cyclones versus Kentucky Colliers. Russell Westbrook versus
Wow,
Anthony
wow.
Davis.
I did not see the. I don't see the Summit making it past round
That
two.
is my pick for the finals. And I think
I
that
do too,
Kentucky rides that
but I
wave to
don't.
a
I think they're
championship
gonna
and
choke.
Anthony
I think they're
Davis
gonna choke.
hoists final MVP.
I mean, it could
I like
happen.
that
It could
pick.
happen.
Bit too safe for my
Um.
liking. That pick's a bit too brave for my liking, but
Mm.
well, it's too
Well, I
safe.
say, I say Bruisers, and I say Stampede.
I think I've proven one thing out of this is that I don't really
Or
make safe picks
if I
that will
want to go
age
brave,
terribly.
El Paso instead of Stampede. But I don't know. Maybe even Jax.
And just
I
hear
don't
me
know.
let out
I'm going with the safe one
loud
though. Stampede
sighs.
versus the Bruisers.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah, but we're gonna have, yeah, we're gonna bring you out the show after the finals and like the season's over, and we're gonna review your takes. All right, but I think that's gonna be everything for this episode.
If you want to ask me
If you
questions,
enjoyed
leave
it,
them in the comment
leave
section
a
and I
like if
will
you
reply
want.
to
I mean,
them.
honestly, we can't control you, and I'm not gonna beg for likes like other people do. But ask us questions. Our Twitter is everythingxba, and our email is everythingxba@gmail.com.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, and if you want him back for an episode or after the season's over, just let us know. All right. Well, have a good day, everyone, and see y'all.